I learned a lot of Florida state civil procedure. I learned how to try a case as a civil litigator. So my cases, very interestingly, were substantively criminal. You know, the allegation is you're a money launderer, you're some kind of sordid criminal, but it was litigated in the civil courts under the civil rules.
Right. Just interject so the viewers and listeners understand. Sometimes when, just for the layman, if you're arrested and there's cash anywhere in that arrest, the government or the state will try to take that money, and they'll claim that it's, you know, it's an instrumentality of a crime or part of a, it's, you know, it's illegal, illicit funds. And that's how Brian and I work together on cases sometimes, you know, because it is a very niche practice.
If I recall, we did very well.
We did very well. We brought a lot of money back. Everybody made a lot of money. But I mean, like you know, it's a very niche practice. It's not something that everybody does. And again, because criminal defense attorneys usually don't do civil litigation, and then that's where Brian segued to do that. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Right. So it required me to really become an expert, not only in criminal law and criminal defense, you know, knowing, for instance, when there's an illegal search, an illegal interrogation, how to challenge very poor canine evidence. You know, the law enforcement, I think, has an over-reliance on canines. It's like the magic, but once you know how to challenge it, it's very easy.
Right.
But also really to become an expert in civil litigation. You got to understand how to do interrogatories, for instance.
Right.
You got to know how to do civil discovery. You got to know how to use a motion for summary judgment.
Right.
You know, there's all these little ins and outs and details in civil litigation that are very different from the criminal rules. Very different.
And it expands your practice a lot.
Oh, I mean, and my mind. I really
Right.
learned how to be a litigator.
Right.
Which segues to what I do now. My day-to-day bread and butter, I'm a mediator and an arbitrator.
Right.
And I remember when I first sat down to do it, I said to myself, I've been doing this my whole life.
Right.
I've been mediating deals all day long.
Right.
It was between the federal government that doesn't want to give up a penny and a defendant claimant who doesn't want to give up a penny.
That's what we're doing 90% of our
all
job.
day long.
Right.
So I was constantly mediating, you know, and every step of the way you got to justify your decisions on evidence, on procedural issues, and that's what I do in my mediations. You have a case, you know, you could have slipped on a banana in Publix. I'm not going to kumbaya and tell you your case is worth $5 million. You know, it's really a question of what does the evidence show, what are your procedural issues. You've been to trial as much as I have,
Yep.
and you know as well as I do. Trial is anybody's game.
Right.
You don't know until you hear that verdict.